Pterodactyl. Welcome everyone, I'm Tyler Shelton. I'm your friendly neighborhood coffee snob, and thank you so much for watching this video, as this is episode 1 of the Harry Potter franchise. So today folks, I'm going to go in chronological order instead of going straight to Sorcerer's Stone, because there are actual movies that came out in chronologically that came before Harry Potter. So I thought, what's a better way to start off the year by talking about, that's right, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And I'm talking about the very first one, and the cool thing is that as of this year, it's exactly been 20 years ago ever since, that's right, the very first Harry Potter came out. 20 years! That is insane! Because I remember when I was just a kid, it was just like all the buzz, like all the books, the movies, it was just like the talk of the town. I just grew up watching the movies and reading a couple of the books. And so like, there's just something truly magical about the world of Harry Potter. Just the wizarding world itself, created by J.K. Rowling, who I think is a really great author. So let's just start off with the very first movie that is in chronological order, which is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So with that out of the way, let's get started with today's video. So the movie Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is the very first movie within the chronological order of the Harry Potter franchise, and I just want to tell you is that this is a movie that is very unique in comparison with when you watch the entire Harry Potter franchise, because the one thing that is actually quite unique about this movie is that it's a brand new formula within the Harry Potter universe, and you got like some pretty cool ones and you got interesting characters, but the whole story is about this one guy named Newt Scamander, and he's actually sent to New York by Albus Dumbledore, and that's a character that we all know who he is, and he's considered to be one of the most powerful wizards in the universe within this book series. I mean, like, Voldemort feared him, and even his ultimate nemesis even feared him as well. So, like, Albus Dumbledore, he is a very powerful wizard. I mean, we have not yet seen him in this movie, but his presence is definitely felt within this movie just through the character of Newt Scamander. Newt Scamander, I can't remember the actor's name who plays him, but I think he's a nice fresh face within this franchise, because he's kind of quirky and weird, but he's very humble. Like, he doesn't seek power, he doesn't want to like become very famous. All he wants to do is that he wants to meet all magical creatures around the world. And the cool thing is that all these magical creatures are within the briefcase that he brought with him to New York from Britain. So like, it's a very simple story, a very simple concept, but I feel like that the execution worked so well, to the point that like I think it was just by chance that he came across Jacob, a Muggle, but in American version called No-Maj, but I prefer Muggle. He just by chance he bumps into Jacob, and they apparently have the same briefcase, and at one point it gets swapped, and then Jacob accidentally opens up his briefcase, and then all of a sudden all these magical beasts just start roaming around the entire city, and now it's up to him, Lita, and also Newt to find these beasts. But while this is happening, another character, which is actually played by Colin Farrell, but he is actually Grindelwald in disguise, because he's trying to figure out who is this Obscurus. And Obscurus is another Fantastic Beast. And this character that is in Obscurus is actually Credence, but I'm going to talk more about this character in a later video where I'm going to talk about the Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. But either way, is that like Credence is actually played by the Flash, Ezra Miller. So this was long before he became the Flash. But overall, I think when it comes down to kind of like the characters, I think the world building was just done so well. Like you can actually see some of the motivations for each character. Like it really felt like that there was a character movie. I think that was like the strongest point of this movie, especially the chemistry between Lita and Newt Scamander. I mean, they're both very quirky, they're very weird, but for some reason, the on-screen presence between them, it's truly magical, pun intended. But I really do think that this is a movie that is just a really nice treat within the Harry Potter series, because it kind of brought me back to the whole Chris Columbus time frame of the Harry Potter franchise, because everything just felt so very magical, very lighthearted. Like, it felt like I was watching the earlier Harry Potter films, but just done in a modern day. So like you just got like these two different sides, and Credence is just right in the very middle. He's like the main key frame within the entire movie. Like everyone is trying to find out what is going on around the city of New York, and that's the other thing, is that like I just really enjoy just kind of like how grand scale it just felt like, especially when it came down to kind of like making sure that the Muggles don't see too much magic, or else they're going to retaliate against actual magicians like witches, sorcerers. Like they're all very worried of what would happen if they get exposed. And the thing is that Grindelwald, he is actually trying to have this Obscurus reveal who they all are. But overall, like I said before, is that I really think that this is a good, solid movie. Very endearing. I mean, like, it's by far, it's not the best Harry Potter universe movie. By all means, it's not the best, but you know what? I still enjoy it for what it is, especially when it comes down to the world building, the characters, and just kind of like just all of the magic that is within this movie. So this is a good, solid movie, and I would have to give this one a good 7.5 out of 10. So that was my review for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And also, me being autistic, it's not a disability, it's a privilege. And also, keep on drinking coffee, and I will see you guys next time.